What's up, guys? Feed you information here. So I have 3 computer tech companies that I'm going to be comparing: HP, Dell, and Intel. The one I am invested in is Intel, so I'll start with that and then I'll work my way up because that's how I about rank them. I'd say Intel's the best, then you have Dell, then you have HP. So let's get into this. Intel, price to earnings of 15.3 with a forward price to earnings of 10.7. Price to book ratio, you have a 3.1. Price to sales, you have a 3.3, and debt over equity, you have 0.34. On average, in the market, there's about 20s for the PE, so it does very well in terms of a low stock, of a very low valued stock in the price to earnings. Price to book ratio and price to sales, you'd want about a 5 or below, so they pass there. Debt over equity, you'd want below a 0.5, it passed there, so that's really good. Revenue, you have $69.2 billion. Percentage growth, 11.5%. Market cap, $225 billion. Quarter 3 earnings, you have the desktop up 15% quarter over quarter revenue growth. The notebook up 12% quarter over quarter revenue growth. The data center units up 11% quarter over quarter. Raised guidance quarter 4 revenue to $19 billion versus the analyst expectations of $18.39 billion. And they also raised their EPS to 1.22 expected versus the 1.09 that analysts are expecting. Moving upward, we have Dell. So they have a price to earnings of non-applicable, a forward PE of 16.13, and a price to book ratio of 4. A price to sales ratio of 2.51, debt over equity of 2.65. Now that's where it's like, whoa, what? 2.65 debt over equity. That's 5 times what you would want, which is like a 0.5 or below. So that's very scary to me. However, their most recent let's start with the revenue annually. Their revenue annually right now is $88.7 billion with 15.6% annual growth. $81 billion market cap. And their quarter 3 earnings had servers and networking up 30% to $5.1 billion. Client Solutions Commercial up 12% to $7.6 billion. Infrastructure Solutions up 19% to $8.9 billion. And VMware up 15% to $2.2 billion. So they did have a really good quarterly earnings, but either way, until I see that debt go away, that is very scary to me. And as a long-term investor at this point, I wouldn't want to be holding on to a company with debt that large. Anyways, moving on, we have HP. So HP price to earnings of 8, a forward price to earnings of 10.5. So notice how it goes up. That's not a good thing. Price to book ratio of non-applicable. Price to sales of 0.64. So really good price to sales right now, actually. And a debt over equity of 0. For the growth investor, we have revenue of $58.8 billion. 12.7% annual growth, and $36.4 billion market cap. Quarter 4 earnings, okay, not bad, but not for me because their hardware sales were up by like 20 million on expectations, and other than that, there was nothing else. So you have no kind of like niche that makes you stand out from Dell or from Intel. Intel with their processors and stuff has the biggest standout to me. And the fact that they are growing now data center units by double-digit growth, that stands out to me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. That was pretty much it. Intel's my go-to out of these 3, and Feed You Information, out.